Can you keep muscle while running long distances? The answer is yes. Now, how we do it, I'm going to tell you what I did not do, what we currently do. I run 132-mile weeks. Tag anybody in the comments that runs this type of mileage or has problems with their heart rate. I'm going to tell you how I went from 168 beats per minute to 132 to 140 beats per minute at a sub 7 pace, running 30 miles with this current physique. Let's get after it. So if you want a new life of training harder, it's going to cost you your old life. So you have to first commit. I was never really committed to gaining muscle and getting faster. I always thought, yeah, I can go for 40 miles a week and things will just kind of fall into my lap. Until I kind of looked at the professionals, until I looked at other people that were running my type of mileage now, and I understood how massive their engine was. So the first thing is you have to be committed and you have to obviously raise your potential, set a goal and aim for it. So how I got muscle and size and was able to actually run this type of mileage is from my food. I was under eating and I was listening to runners that were saying, oh, am I running 30 miles? I can eat whatever I want. That's not true. Now, is there a balance? Can you have a slice of pizza here and there? Yes. But if you want to obtain 8% body fat, get faster, get stronger, you're going to have to sacrifice. The foundation of your skyscraper starts with your food. You need to dial in your maintenance. You need to dial in your protein because if you're going to gain muscle, that's where the protein obviously comes into play. And if you're going to gain performance, you need to make sure that your carbs are also there. So make sure your food is a staple and it comes first before your training because you cannot outwork or outperform a shitty diet, which I thought, so do not make that mistake. Another thing I never did because I thought I was young and I'm still young and I can go forever is sleep. I thought I can function off of 3, 4 hours of sleep and gain muscle. Doesn't happen. I thought I could get faster. Doesn't happen. My heart rate wasn't getting lower because I was barely getting enough sleep. Now I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep. And the biggest thing that I saw upping performance, my mood throughout the day, everything was the amount of sleep that I got. So I know it's difficult for some people, but it's the most anabolic thing that we can do so your body rests and recover. So we need to get our sleep ASAP. Another thing I never did, and this is clear, if you want to get muscle, you have to strength train. Now, a lot of runners are saying lighter is better. Yes, lighter is better. Now, I understand that. For some people, like myself, I can kind of do both. I'm a 241 marathoner and I have tons of muscle on me compared to the average runner. I'm not like a bodybuilder, muscle, that kind of thing. However, the more muscle you have, the more strength and more power, you're going to be able to push a little bit further, the more explosive you're going to be for speed workouts. Now, that's obviously subjective on how you train, but if you want to get bigger and be more defined, we have to not neglect our strength training. So for me, I just do a bodybuilding split. And then what I also do is, 2 days a week, I'll do strength and conditioning for legs itself, right? Box jumps, squats. I'll, do isolation movements and everything like that. The last thing I will say, which changed it forever, was I treat every day now like it's my last. I give 120%, period. That is it. I'm psychotic when it comes to the gym. When it comes to my lifts, chest, back, I'm going to failure every rep, every set. I have nothing left to give. On my runs, we can't really go to failure, but we can obviously raise the bar, raise the potential. Now, when I was looking at other people and I was like, hey, I'm running 70 miles this week. They're like, yeah, I'm going to run 110. You want to join? I'm like, shit, that's hard work. This guy's running 110. What am I capable of? In the gym and stuff, all these science-based lifters, 4 sets of 10 will get you there. It's not going to get you there. Your body adapts to that, which means you have to raise the bar, progressive overload. The same thing happens with your speed workouts. Once you build a zone 2 and you have a little bit of a base, you're not miraculously going to click your fingers, run a 8 minute per mile at a zone 2 and say, yeah, I'm going to PR at a 6:30 on this marathon. If you're not training for speed for a 6:30, sub threshold, or doing your long runs that have some type of 6:30 pacing in them. So you have to go hard because I see a lot of people not doing that. They think it's easy. They just want to go by it. I'm telling you, with proper sleep, nutrition, progressive overload, hard fucking training, because you cannot avoid that, you will be able to keep muscle, get faster, and run 130-mile weeks if you want to, or whatever your goal is, you will hit it a lot faster if you prioritize what I talked about. I could talk about a lot more, so drop a comment if you'd like me to. If you have trouble touching on anything, I respond to all comments. So let's get this video out there to keep muscle, gain strength, get faster, and everything like that.